I hope you're all having a happy Sunday, my beautiful people. These are all my thoughts and opinions based on what's out there. Do your own research and be nice with the comments. I wanted to do this video because I get a lot of emails from people feeling helpless and hopeless in regards to the Harry and Meghan situation, and even Prince Andrew and Sarah, Duchess of York. I do feel angry. I'm not gonna lie. But the UK people can do it. The people of Spain have done it. They did it. They put so much pressure on their parliament, on their politicians, that they had to do something. And unlike the UK, King Felipe cleaned house. He knew that his brother-in-law and one of his best friends had committed crimes, and he said, if he has committed crimes, he has to do the time. He didn't interfere with the police investigation. He opened the doors to books and papers for everything, because he understood, and he still does understand, one thing: that reputation is the only coin that a monarchy has to effectively represent its citizens worldwide, to attract people to want to see them, because we all want to go and see these royals who are supposed to be better than us. The royalty, the monarchy, the royal family, the reason why they're so respected is because they're not like all these crooked politicians. You know, they should be impartial, unbiased. They should be respectable. They should be dignified. This is why the Bill of Rights, when the Bill of Rights in regards to the monarchy of the United Kingdom was drafted in 1869, if I believe correctly, they never contemplated the fact of all these abuses. They didn't. There's even a Peerage Act, that handles titles, that are not royal. But that doesn't apply to the royals. Royal titles are not the same as regular noble titles. There's a big difference, because royal titles belong to the monarch. The monarch gives them and can't take them away. So when people say to me, Harry's titles are hard to take away, no, they're not. No, they're not. What we have is our queen, who I love deeply and I respect deeply, failing to act, failing to clean house, failing to do what's right to the monarch, but for the monarchy, for the UK and the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. And I say that with sadness, because it's the truth. You allow things to fester. You have two individuals, Harry and Meghan. At least Prince Andrew went out of the public. He's shut his mouth. He had his say, now he shut his mouth, he's out of the public eye. We don't have that with Harry and Meghan. They're doubling down. Oprah Winfrey went and manufactured newspapers, headlines, in order to support their narrative, because everything they say is false. King Felipe understands that for the monarchy to be effective, it has to be reputable, it has to be dignified, it has to be believed. That is lacking right now with the UK royal family. And that is because there hasn't been any accountability. They're using their positions to cover up instead of exposing. The Bill of Rights must now include a code of conduct. It is not hard. In 2012, the succession line was changed from gender to primogeniture from 2012. That can also be easily amended to go back to the day that Queen Elizabeth became queen, that the line of succession must be because of primogeniture. That would mean that Andrew goes further down and Princess Anne goes up. It will be Prince Charles, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew, Prince Edward, and so forth. It's only the correct thing to do, given how far we've come along. Why from 2012? Why not from before? And And in my belief that it's because Her Majesty the Queen doesn't want to bump her little precious little Andrew boy down the line. But that's not fair. We should be moving with the times. If it's fair that, that it should be primogeniture who was born first instead of sex, then why do it only from 2012? Princess Anne, if anything, has been one of the most working royals. And it's not difficult. It's really not difficult to change. It can be done as they did it in 2012. It can be done within a few months, 2-3 months at max. That can be done. And that would alter automatically. Another thing is, if Prince Harry is not in the country, it could be like the Council of State. He cannot be a Councilor of State when he's not living in the country. That can be also set for the succession line. If he quit his job and refuses to do his duties, then he removes himself effectively from the line of succession. But there's nothing in writing for that. Now, and I go back to King Felipe. The royal household, King Felipe's royal household can look down in the UK household, to the UK royal household, because he has the upper moral ground. He has cleaned his house. He has shown his subjects that he will act honestly and fairly, which is what's lacking in the United Kingdom. They should do an investigation for everybody. For example, Prince Andrew. It is my belief that if Prince Andrew were to be investigated, he would face the consequences like Iñaki. I really do believe that he has conducted shady business deals, just like Harry and Meghan. I am very, and these are all my thoughts and opinions, I'm very suspicious of the house that they have, because, supposedly have, because, if they allow their names to be used for funds to be channeled, 17 or whatever millions it was, something that they don't really have, because Harry doesn't have that. Where is he getting all his money? This is a man who hasn't really worked, who didn't have a permit to work. I don't think he's able to take out all the money from his accounts in the UK. Meghan didn't really have 5 million. Even with a mortgage, there's huge payments he's paying security. All of that has to be made transparent for the UK people. It could be that if they're lending themselves to all these shady individuals, because that house belonged to this Russian oligarch. Why? People who act fraudulently always require secrecy. Now, I don't think it's fair. Our soldiers, or the Queen's soldiers in the UK and all over the world, but especially let's do the sample for the United Kingdom. These soldiers give their lives for Queen and country. Now, can you imagine if an officer had said the things that Harry had said in a very public platform about the Colonel-in-Chief, that she's not fit to rule, that she's manipulated? This soldier would have been made to apologize, retract, or if he didn't do that, face legal consequences. Complete lack of accountability for Harry. And this is why a third body has to, or somebody from maybe an office has to deal that whenever these false allegations are issued by high-ranking members or very public figures, and they're false, and they're proven to be false, there has to be a separate body, not the royal family, who deals with that. The royal family should be moved to one side and said, you know what, we're taking over. And if this is that, we're going to, and it turns out that what they're saying is wrong, they are going to be held accountable, or, if they do the crime, they do the time. Prince Harry and Meghan's allegations have been proven to be false. Their allegations were not against his father, didn't do this. There were some things that were personal, but mostly their aim was that the institution is racist. How can the monarchy represent us effectively worldwide? Because that they are our ultimate diplomats. How can they represent us worldwide if they're racist? Nobody's going to respect them. Nobody's going to want to be them. What is the point of the monarchy, of the constitutional monarchy, if they can't serve us? Because right now, from what it seems in the royal household, some senior members of the royal family, they are not serving the UK, but they're serving themselves. Employees from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs have to be sent in. They shouldn't be allowed to hire people on their own, because it's clear that their employees, the people that they hire. It's not to help them do their job for the UK best. It's to cover up for them the wrongdoings, to indulge their whims. That's not the role that they should be. And on top of that, they don't have any protection, clearly, with Meghan bullying and harassing them. So these, if the royal family, unfortunately, all those things have to be taken away, because some of the members have shown of what is going on. I am sure that in 1869, when they did the Bill of Rights, they didn't include a code of conduct because they never thought this would happen. But absolute power corrupts absolutely. These are all my thoughts and opinions, by the way. I am very upset. If Andrew, in the case of Prince Andrew, because a lot of you asked me about Prince Andrew, I do believe that there has to be an investigation about him. Virginia, she was 17 years of age. And for you guys in the United States, you all very well know that only 16 or 17 states have the legal age of consent is 18. The rest are 16, 17, 2 of them are 13, and younger if they have parental consent. So Virginia Roberts age is not an issue, because in the United Kingdom, she was of legal age. But there has to be an investigation. It has to be transparent to put people's minds at ease. Now, many people, Meghan Markle, I do believe she has to be made an example of for abusing, first of all, the race card. Second, the mental health issue. She had no mental health issues. The only mental health issue she has is that she's a freaking hustler. That's it. And she's not getting her whims, so she is basically throwing things at everybody. That interview did not happen in a vacuum. This was planned from even before. As soon as she got engaged, and she knows she had a ring on her fingers, she started calling people. She started planning this. This is obvious for everybody. So this interview, it just didn't happen. It was planned. Maybe the conversation that was said was not what they thought it would be, because arrogantly they thought they would be loved, that they were going to trash everybody. Harry is making it hard for Meghan Markle to dump him, just like the royal family made it hard for Meghan Markle to falsely accuse them of racism and whatever, because they overindulged her. They actually have protected, and it's my belief that the royal family are still protecting them now, which should stop. They should let the chips fall where they may. I have been asked to wait until next week, but it's making it hard, because right now if you go to the royal family, they're saying that Harry lives in the UK. He doesn't live in the UK. Now, one thing that's very important for people to understand is, yes, the royal family can voluntarily pay taxes. The key word is voluntarily. Do you think that a man like Harry would voluntarily pay taxes if he doesn't have to? Of course not. And I'm pretty sure that he's going to claim that contribution he made towards Frogmore as a tax deduction. So the royal family in the United Kingdom, the monarchy has to be protected, because the monarchy is a wonderful thing as an unbiased, respected, credible institution. They do good they attract people to want to do business with them because of their reputation. When that's gone, nobody wants to do business. What good are they to the United Kingdom and Commonwealth? So they're wrongly calling this thing a family issue, and they're doing it to avoid scrutiny, to avoid a proper investigation, and that is not right. As soon as next week is up, or hopefully something will come up next week, and I will have to do my petition. It's not that my petition is going to make any big changes or anything, but something is something. And I mean, to the people in the UK, be outraged. We have COVID, an incredible, people are losing their work, their loved ones are struggling financially, and here we have Harry making it even more difficult for the United Kingdom to do business, to get back on their feet by falsely accusing an institution which actually helps to draw business into the United Kingdom, to completely denounce them. And what makes these things bad is that they're allowing these false allegations to stand, simply to protect them. If they want Prince Harry back, they will have to break him. They will have to completely break and expose Meghan Markle. There has to be an investigation. And if Prince Andrew is cleared if there's an investigation and it just turns out that he's a dirty old man, but who didn't commit anything, rape or anything, fine. If he has done shady deals, he has to be exposed. The succession order can simply be amended once again, like it was done in 2012, to be backdated till the day probably from when Queen Elizabeth became queen. They can say that primogeniture is backdated till the day of her, when she ascended the throne. Because it's only fair for Princess Anne. She is a hardworking woman. Why should she be discriminated due to the fact that she was born a female? That would be a great message, and would take care of the line of succession. But yeah, the royal family in the United Kingdom they have to clean house. They have to, and they have to be a body. Just like King Felipe said, I'm not going to interfere in this thing. Or, screw that. No, you do your job. Police, you authorities do your jobs. You have our cooperation. This is what's lacking from the United Kingdom. And it's quite sad. But right now, the royal family of Spain are gaining traction because they are viewed as a respectable royal family. I hope our queen acts, and I hope things get settled. But there has to be an investigation. Sarah Ferguson, if you Google, she goes to Sarah, Duchess of York. This is a woman who was caught on camera trafficking her connections to the royal family. That is a criminal act, which is penalized with 2 to 5 years in prison. Nothing happened to her. There were no consequences. So I think it's time to hold people accountable. But these are just my thoughts and opinions. I do believe Harry and Meghan are shady, and they should end up in jail, because they have done so many shady things. They have committed fraud. They have lied, false allegations, slander. They're interfering with the good, with the effectiveness of the monarchy as an office, as an institution to represent the United Kingdom. That is a criminal act. And Harry, Harry has to be held accountable for those funds. What do you think? I hope you're having a good Sunday. And by the way, thank you for the emails you send me. Thank you for your donation, guys. It does make a difference. And I know a lot of people ask me about my hair. I will do a little video, maybe tomorrow about what I do with my hair. It's not very much, really. I do use a lot of rice water, but I'll do a video probably tomorrow or the day after. Okay, and I do use Isadora for lipstick. I don't use any other makeup. I do use a little bit of eyeliner, but that's about it. I don't like makeup or anything. I'm not very big into makeup. But anyways, thank you very much for watching the videos. Click like, subscribe, and what do you think? What do you think? Should the royal family be like in the UK? Should be like the one in Spain? Give me your thoughts and be nice in the comments.